most még mindig a Kürt Kft. Képviselőjénél fogunk maradni, és fognak nekünk még mesélni egy másik érdekes topikról, ami, ha jól emlékszem, a data recovery, ugye? Tehát ugye a Kürt fő profiljában fog vágni a mostani előadás, ami az adatmentés kapcsolatos lesz, és ha jól látom, hoztak Winchestert, meg ajándékokat. Még annyit szeretnék hozzáfűzni, hogy ne felejtsétek el, a Kürt Kft. Is, mint egy közben itt a kollégák megoldják a prezentáció a kérdést, én addig elmondom, hogy ne felejtsétek el, hogy a Kürt Kft. Mint egyébként egy gyorsan növekedő ZRT. Én nem vagyok jó financiálisan. Elnézést, szóval a Kürt ZRT, mint egy dinamikusan növekedő cég, folyamatosan keres junior és senior fejlesztőket is, úgyhogy a lehetőség adott arra is, hogy itt beszéljetek a kollégákkal, illetve ha esetleg megtetszett bármelyik előadás, vagy bármelyik topik, amiben ők előadnak, akkor ne habozzatok a CV-jüket elküldeni nekik. So, we will continue with another presentation from the Kürt company. It will be about data recovery. This is their main industrial project. I think that's his greatest job what he did in the last 20 or 25 years. And I also wanted to mention that please do not forget that as Kürt is one of the biggest company in Hungary, and they evolving very fast. They are continuously looking for junior and senior developers. So if one of the presentation grab your attention, then do not hesitate to get in contact with them. Please welcome the next presenter, who is Zoltán Kertész, and he will speak about the data recovery. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. First of all, I'd like to ask you for a question. Who knows that the capacity change rate in the past 15 years? Tell me a number. You don't know. You don't play. So, can someone tell me a number? The change rate of the hard drive capacity in the past 15 years? 50. No, bad answer.
1024.
No. More.
10,000.
No. There is a package. Someone who is the closest for the right answer. Okay, this is the last one. 4,000 times. The package is yours. All right. So. Let's see some facts. 90% of the world's data generated over the last 2 years. That's all of us know. So we have to store somewhere. What do we use for storing? Basically, what is the first data storage device when it comes up when we are talking about data storage? Hard drives. Okay, we think that we can trust in any kind of data carriers. They don't require any care. So we can do whatever we want with them. And they are working forever. That's what we think. Let's see the truth behind this. Well, we don't see. Oh yeah. So, as you can see, the biggest storage device is built from single hard drives also. So, let's see how they work. According to the manufacturers, only 1% of the hard drives fail. Of course, they are the manufacturers, so they have to say that only 1% will fail, definitely. But the truth is close to 15%, which is a very bad number, I think. Alright, there are some facts also that 1/3 of the data loss caused by human errors. So we are responsible for 1/3 of data losses. 44% of data loss caused by mechanical failures. Unfortunately, we are responsible for mechanical failures also. And 25% of lost data is due to the failure of portable drive. Who is taking the portable drive? We, human. So almost all of the mechanical problems and data losses is caused by us. If we see the main reasons, the first, of course, human-related, user activities, and if we did something wrong, usually we don't know how to retrieve our data, how to handle the data loss itself. The second is mechanical related. You can see the shocks, damages, contaminations, resonances, and whatever. Electrical related. Power drops, poor quality power supplies from Far East, or software related. You know, some operating systems don't really take care of user data if they are surviving, so they can delete whatever they want. And of course, many people try to recover data with commercial data recovery softwares, and there are many options in these softwares they don't know. They try to do something, and the effect of this will be a final data loss, which is not recoverable anymore. And some other very rare data losses caused by fire, floods, and natural disasters. The chance is very interesting. If we see this simple chart, it shows that this is our experience, that right after data loss, we have almost 90% for the chance of data retrieving. But what we always do, we always reboot the system, giving another kick for our damaged data carrier. So rebooting drops our chance less than 70%. And there are some other things we usually do. If someone is not IT guy, usually looking for someone who is, or who think he is, and we'll try to do something more and more and more until you can see the bottom is less than 20% the chance for data recovery. So it's very bad. Alright, we talked about data carriers, we're talking about hard drives. I have a hard drive here, you can see a hard drive there. The basic principle is very easy. If someone knows how loudspeakers are working, hard drive is almost the same, a little bit more difficult. So, next question. Next question. There is a rotating magnetic disk, and there is a head which is flying above the disk. Can someone tell me what is the average fly height of this read-write head? Tell me numbers and measurements. Yep. No. What is the fly height of the read? The fly height. How high flies the read-write head above the rotating magnetic disk? Yeah.
1 nanometer.
This is the closest so far. 5 nanometers. Well, it's actually free, so you already have one. Oh, really? So you have one? And I give you also. This is correct. Well, the truth is between 3 and 7 nanometers actually. Can you imagine? 3 nanometers. Can you imagine? No, definitely not. Imagine that there is the moving magnetic disk and there is the ceramic slider which contains this tiny little magnetic read-write element. If we compare the size, the length of the read-write head to the fly height, it comes up And imagine a Boeing 747 flying 1.5 millimeters high above the ground. Can you imagine? A single ant would be a problem, or any kind of dust. So this is how hard drive works. Respect this structure in the future. Okay, there is another comparison. You can see the fly height here. It's already almost 4 nanometers. You can see a fingerprint thickness here, which is 4 microns, so 1,000 times bigger. You can see a dust particle, which is 10 micrometer. And you can see a human hair, it's 75 micron. I tell you again, the fly height is about 3-4 nanometers. And this is working when you are traveling on a train. Your laptop is in your lab. So, can you imagine? And can you imagine how vulnerable this structure is? Yeah. Of course, the manufacturers and the demand of the users became that we don't need moving parts inside the data carrier because it's bad. It's noisy, it's sensitive, consuming many power, so it's bad for everyone. So let's make a data carrier out of semiconductors that should be perfect. And this is the last question I have. What do you think? Which is more reliable, hard drive or SSD? Yeah? No question. No, it's another story. Actually not. Okay, so let's see some truths about solid state drive. Push me, yeah. Yep, thank you. So we know that SSDs and any flash-based data carriers and memory cards and pen drives, for example, they have low power consumption, very high speed, and no moving part. Hooray! We have the perfect data carrier, we think. No. There is a read-write cycle in every flash cell, which is degrading it at every writing cycle. That's what we know. The rewrite cycle is about 100,000 times. What most of us don't know, that it's degrading during reading also. Reading, not writing, reading. Of course, the cycle is much bigger, but it's degrading. So, we know that there is time to live, let me say. There's a time to live at every non-flash based data carrier. And interesting experiment what scientists made, that they wrote some data onto a flash memory card or an SSD, whatever. They put the memory card into the safe. If you open this safe after 5 years, there will be data loss on the device without no one reading and writing it. So don't put your valuable data onto any SSD, memory card, pen drive, or flash-based storage device. Okay? They are very fast, they are very good, but not for valuable data, or make it redundant. So, the reliability is questionable. There is the future. What is the future in the semiconductors area? One idea was the phase change memory. Phase change memory is not bad, but the problem that in that area the material phase also change, always changing from liquid to solid, but vice versa. So it means it will be degraded with the time also. It's not good. But a newer one is memory store. can be the future. I believe in this one actually. Memory store has a very good story. It was invented mathematically in the 70s. But they couldn't produce the material which behaves like the mathematical model. And after year 2000, in an experiment, suddenly they made a material which behaves like the mathematical model 30 years before that. And they realized that, we found it. So that was the missing part between the inductor, resistor and capacitor. This is the fourth basic element. And I think it will be taught in the university soon. So it's very interesting. Imagine a pipe where if you flow, let me see, current to one direction, the pipe diameter became bigger. If you flow the current from the other side, it will be smaller. If you stop the current, it remains on the same status. So we have something to store data. And they realized that it's faster, cheaper, and more reliable because there is no rewriting cycle at all. Okay, so we know that the only way to control complexity is to give up some of that control. So if we build huge systems, we have to know everything from the smallest point of data carriers, I mean the bit itself, and not talking about bit you know, but we are talking about bit we store. And the biggest systems we can build out of this tiny little mechanically stored bit somewhere. Okay, and of course I'm a data recovery guy here, so I have to tell you that take care of your data as much as you can. If not, don't forget there is a help, a professional help. So according to Von Murphy's law, that procedure of problem solving, find someone who will solve the problem. So data recovery guys, Pure Data Recovery, is the right company who can solve your problem in case of data loss. Alright. So my last sentence is that perfect data storage device does not exist at all. Forget it. You will never find it. But perfect data recovery method exists. Redundancy, making copies as much as you can, it's related to the value of your data. So, be smart. This is my last sentence. Okay, do you have any question? Yep. Well, 100 years is for sure, but we know that after 100 years you can't find any PC you connect the hard drive. So this is the basic problem, that the magnetic storage can keep your data much longer than 100 years. But there is no technology after that. Every processor will die after 50 years, for example, without using it. But this is another story. Alright, so if you don't have any question, thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Zoltán. And I think I have the task to summarize what we know about Kurt. So we know that they brought us very, very delicious Belgian chocolate. So yay! And we also know that they are very innovative and a very evolving company. They're busy about new AI stuff, and they're also busy about data recovery. They are looking for you, so if you're interested about programming really next to hardware, so low-level programming, and if you also interested about C++ programming, then you should at least once a time check this company and give in your CV to the HR. And we also know the most important thing. Without Kurt, this party would never be possible. So let's give a very big applause to Kurt company. We are very happy for you. Thank you very much. Okay, so in the next quarter now, we won't have any presentation, but after that, our main sponsor, Kilo, will hold their seminars, so you can take a rest. But please do not go too far, because we still have very exciting and interesting presentation in our timetable. Thank you very much. Szóval nem menjetek messze, jönnek a kilós prezentációk, és még egyszer nagyon szépen köszönjük a Kürtnek, hogy itt voltatok velünk, hogy támogattatok minket. Nélkületek nem lett volna ilyen az a rendezvény, köszönjük szépen!
And some extra information about the interesting part, the chocolate. It's on the very nice IKEA shelf on the right, near the entrance. Yeah. Take it.